We are back with another episode as we are reviewing the Sopranos TV series. We are on season 1, episode 5. Episode 5 is titled College. We see Tony taking his daughter Meadow up to Maine to visit some colleges that she's considering. When they are on this drive, Meadow asks if he is in the mafia, which he denies. But when Meadow, who is clearly skeptical and really pushes him a little more, he says that some, not all, but some of his income comes from activities that are illegal. And Meadow tells him that she took some drugs, and when Tony reacts rather angrily, and will not say that, and when Meadow will not say where she got them, both seem to an extent relieved that they have had some honesty on topics and issues that are rather difficult for them to express and talk about. But on this trip at a gas station, Tony thinks he sees Fabian Fabio, I think he's called, who is a former member of the Damio crime family who entered witness protection after turning evidence into the state. Tony calls Christopher as Christopher is still in New Jersey, and Tony asks him to run some plate numbers for him to find out if it is truly Fabian, to find out if it's the informant. And finds out that now he goes by an alias named Fred Peters, and that is his identity given to him by, I presume, the FBI. And when Tony finds some students that Meadow can hang with, he leaves her there as he goes to find the informant. And when he's traveling and he finds the informant begins to suspect somebody is watching him. And when he finds the motel where Tony takes Meadow into the hotel, the informant points a gun at Tony, but Tony can't see because he's got his back turned. But then Meadow moves to block the shot, but Meadow also does not know the informant is there. But then another presence of two other guests again prevents him from taking the shot. The next day, Tony drops Meadow off to an interview at one of the colleges. When he finds the informant, he strangles him and kills him. But when they drive to another college, Meadow asks Tony about the mud on his shoes and a cut, I think, which was located on his hand. And he does not answer honestly, and Meadow can tell this and decides not to ask any more questions, feeling as if their newfound honesty has suddenly been destroyed. While Tony and Meadow were away, we had AJ staying at a friend's house and Father Phil at the Sopranos' house with Carmela. And when Dr. Melfi phones the house to reschedule Tony's appointment, it's Carmela who discovers that Tony's therapist is actually a woman and assumes that he is now sleeping with her. During confession, Carmela tells Father Phil about her fears for her family and her soul. He administers communion, she slips the wine, he drains the cup. They fall asleep together on the sofa. Half waking, they are about to kiss, but Father Phil suddenly walks away, swaying to the toilet where he is sick. He spends the night on the sofa. In the morning, Carmela says, "We didn't do anything." Tony and Meadow return that day, and Carmela tells Tony that Father Phil stayed the night. And when Tony gives some sarcastic remarks, Melfi responds by saying that Melfi called, which puts a wind in Tony's sails. Thank you for watching, and come again next time as we continue to review The Sopranos.